Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Keller Williams Select Realty and the RPM Real Estate team, your team for all of the Halifax and surrounding area real estate needs. And as you can see, we've got Frosty the Snowman just here on my shoulder, which means we're getting ready for the run up to Christmas, which means we're looking at November stats. So let's have a look at what happened, because you'd expect November to kind of tail off a little bit as we get towards that holiday season, and it's not really happened that much. We sold 332 units. Now, the average list price of the stuff that sold was $326,500, which is a really good average sale price, because we've seen that kind of climbing as we've gone through the year. So it's good that we're still holding that, kind of mid to low 300 number, which is impressive for this particular area. Now, looking at how we did last year, price on last year, we're up 15% in price. November year to date 15 versus where we are today, November 16 year to date. So that's really good. And we're also up 5.2% on last month. So there's some key markets that we'll talk about that have driven that price increase. But the good thing is it's actually staying fairly good. So whereas we see all this pressure in BC and Alberta and Toronto, they're crazy markets, we're just seeing a really good steady growth, which is what we want. That's what we're aiming for. So days on market for the properties that sold were 99 days on market. So a little bit over rather 3 months to actually get your property sold from when you list it to when you actually go firm, unconditional, because that's what we call sold. 8 months inventory. So we're starting to eat into a little bit of the inventory, and stay tuned, because if you go over to the Facebook page, Richard Payne Realtor, you'll see that we're going to do some graphs and put the stats up there. You can see the graphs of the average sale price and the days on market, as well as the inventory, how it's compared, over the year so far. And you'll see that the inventory is starting to eat into, but 8 months, still a buyer's market. However, we're getting close. That 5 to 7 months is where we want to be as a balanced market. So we're getting there. List to sale price, 96%. So you got a house for sale for $100,000, cheap house, then you're going to get $96,000. So, there's still, and that demonstrates that basically the buyer's market there is still a lot of room of negotiation. You can imagine, some of the house prices, once you get up to kind of like 96% on average of a $600,000 home is some fairly big difference. So that's what's going on there. Now here's the interesting thing, and I looked at this one and I was a bit surprised. So it's good that I'm being surprised, because certainly November's been really busy, and December's going the same way, but we listed 477 new homes. Now, yes, some would have expired, some would have cancelled, some would come off the market, but we sold 332. So that's a 70% list to sale ratio, which shows and stacks up with why that inventory days on market and everything is starting to head in the right direction and come down a bit. So really surprising. Now, some of the major markets, let's look at Bedford. So we've got Bedford, we've got Sackville, and we've got Timberley, which are the three major markets that make up the majority. Between the three of them, they make up around about 90 of the 332 homes sold. Bedford, really high average price, $484. Now that's coming again. We've got parks at Bedford West, we've got Cascades Park. That is certainly driving, Waterbury Park is another one, is driving that house price up, because they're all in the kind of 5s and up for new build homes, and a lot of those closed in November. So they're dragging that average price up. 8.8 months of inventory on the market, so like a good amount of time. So we've got Sackville as well. First time home buyers market, $223,000 average price, 6.8 months. So crouching into that balanced market, which is good. And then Timberley, which is kind of the other major selling market, we've got $287,000 average price and 11 months days on inventory. So kind of creeping up a little bit there. But that's really it. Those are the stats. Now, if you want your specific area, stay tuned, because we're going to be doing another one where we delve into some more specifics, and we'll get you those little post-it notes again, and we'll put the photograph up there. But if you have any questions about your area in particular, then feel free to drop me a line, richard@rpmrealestate.ca, or you can phone me 902-489-1804. All the links are here, there, and everywhere, so you know how to get hold of me. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great run up at Christmas, and we'll talk to you again in January.